Good evening, everyone. I see there's quite a few people waiting to watch the video, so you're very welcome. I don't really let as many people know as possible this is going live, but I just think with the way things have been happening over the last 2 weeks, and particularly the last week, if we think back to last week, like we were working, we were going about our normal routine, and all of a sudden, this is where we are now. And it's fearful. And I watch the news tonight. I don't normally watch the news, so there's one thing already that's changed for me. I'm keeping up to date, and like the other day I was watching morning, afternoon, evening to see what was changing, what was going on, because I think if we have awareness of what's going on in our world, then we feel safer in a way. So somebody's just asked me if I have a link. I'm just going to leave them. I'm going to let them figure it out. I can show them after. So much has changed in the last week about how we're going around. I was out Sunday and Monday. I was up. I was traveling up north, so I was in the car and I was pretty safe. But today, I was working from home yesterday. I spent a lot of time on the computer. And today I got up and I sleep quite a lot. I went to bed about 2ish. I'm really tired. And I slept, got up about 11:30. And I was just thought, I need to get out. And when I got out, so when I got out, I was like, so I was constantly watching what's going on. Like who's there? Is this person coming towards me? Am I going to be too close to them? Well, so I was crossing the road like that. So I was risk assessing. So I was keeping myself safe because I'm very aware of the social distancing, and I don't want to get COVID-19. I have asthma. It's pretty mild, but I have it, so I'm very aware of that. So I was constantly risk assessing what was going on in my world, and keeping myself safe. And even people, and you might notice that at the moment, we're actually really aware of people around us, even more so than probably we previously were. And that, I'm talking tonight about fear, and that fear is because there is something out there called COVID-19, and it's making us at risk, resulting in risk. So worst case scenario, which is what our brains will automatically go to, is, if I get this, I could die. But then we go the other way and we go, well, maybe I won't get it. Maybe I'll be okay. So we're there's swings and roundabouts about our emotions and our feelings. And fear is real. And fear, in my book, is probably the oldest part of our brain. It goes way back to here, this reptilian brain that we talk about. So when this is going on, this is trying to engage. Yeah, it's pretty scary. So there's a little something that I want to thank. I work in an amazing centre. So at the moment, I've made a decision that I'm going to work online. And that in itself has been a shift. So there's been a lot of learning for me and a lot of shifting. But I want to keep me safe and I want to keep my clients safe. So bear with me just 1 second because I'm going to write. So if you think about cognitive behavioural therapy, right? Our cognition, our behaviour, and our thoughts. So we have our... Can you see that? Can you see that candle? No, you can't. It's too low. So if we think of this as our emotions, okay? It's quite big at the minute. And this is quite heavy. So this is our thoughts, right? Okay. Then we have, and just pick things up around the house. Then we have our emotions, okay? What's going on? And you got in, brilliant. I sent that link and she got in, so I'm delighted. So then we have our emotions, and then we have our behavior, okay? So these three, if I move them down, then you're not going to see them. And I'm not going to move the camera around because I'm happy with where it is. So there's those three. So if we look at my thought today, right? So my thought today was, I need to keep 2 meters away from all these people in the street, okay? So that was my thought. And I was feeling a little bit of fear as well. It's getting really hot. A little bit of fear, okay? So my thoughts. So what did I do? I crossed the road, okay, and I kept myself safe. But I'm also a talker, as most people know. I'm going to put them back over here. So I like meeting people. So I say to people, hello, how are you? And doing it that way. I have my phone here and I'm going to move it out of the way. Put it there so I can see what's been said. So it's all those things that we have to do. And we're talking about there's a lot of change. So that was my behaviour. So that's our thoughts, our feelings, behaviour. So if we can change one of them. So right now, if we're feeling the fear, okay, what can we do to keep ourselves safe? So it's about us using, so as I was going down the road today, what was I doing? I was using my eyes. I was looking, I was seeing where people were. So I was using my senses, my eyes to look, to see where the possible danger was. But this part of our brain, this reptilian brain, it just knows that's fearful. That's the person. I want to stay away from that person. I'm flicking my hand. So that's what we do. So it's about using our senses. Yes, that person has passed by me. And then tonight I watched the news and they talk about social distancing, about passing people. And I thought, I actually felt a sigh of relief. Yes, I was doing it right. So that reinforced that actually I was doing what I was doing was correct. So it made me feel better. So that's where I'm going. So I went off on a tangent. So that's the fear part, okay? So it's acknowledging that fear. Throughout the world, this is the thing at the moment, every single one of us is feeling fear, okay? But so is the majority of people in this world. So what things can we do? So I've talked about our hearing, about our eyes and using our eyes, but our ears, listening to what's going on, and listening to ourselves. So if we're feeling that fear, acknowledging it, not pushing it away, just acknowledge it. This fear is taking place just now. Yeah. Is that normal? You bet. Every single one of us has been feeling this fear, and that's going to continue. Fear is absolutely, in my book, it's the most common thing that we have. It goes way back. It's always been there because that's how we've evolved. That's how we've got out of, because we've risk assessed, we've looked at the danger, and we found ways around it. So just now, for an awful lot of people, we're having to change what we do. Okay, so we have a choice. So if you think about your breathing, okay, what does your breathing do? Your breathing, if you breathe in and then breathe out, there's always a gap between that out breath and the next in breath. So, and the same is true throughout our body. If you think of your neurologies, our nerve endings, okay, so in our spinal cord, okay, in our brain, there's a gap. There's always a gap between it passing through. So in that gap, you actually have a choice of what you can do. So for example, when I lift this candle, okay, and if I lift it like this, that's hot, okay, I'm going to hurt myself. So what do? I let it go. And I think, I can take it from the bottom. So that's what I do. So there's ways around everything. And change. We say we don't like change. But actually, if we think about it, the world changes all the time. Okay? So when you get up in the morning, is it always sunny? No. We can have snow. We can have rain. And that changes throughout the day. It can be sunny one minute. It can be dry next. It can even be, snowing. So it's about acknowledging that actually there's a lot of things every day that are different. Lots of things. I'm going to put up a link on my page, Evolution Counselling Google page. In Google, about a link to my article. There's not enough, or I'll put the 10 tips of things that change every day. But things do change every day. Do you listen to the same music every day? Do you talk to the same people every day? We don't. It's not possible. So change is the one common factor that exists. It's been a very sharp curve for us over the last week. And it's well, it's there. Oh yeah, but that's a long way away. It's getting closer. Oh, it's here. So there's been this shift that has occurred over the last couple of weeks. So we need to have patience. My husband, when I met him way back, he had this, he used to say, patience is a virtue. I'm not telling you the rest of it. You can send me a direct message if you wish to, because it's actually not appropriate, not PC to talk about. So that's very much, so it's about learning patience and this time of uncertainty. But we have uncertainty all the time, okay? If you think about the stockbrokers, okay, and they're making, it's legal betting, they're making bets all the time. If they knew for certainty exactly what was going to happen, if they had a crystal ball, I call it crystal ball gazing, if they had that, then would they be multimillionaires? Of course they would. But not one of us knows exactly what's going to happen in the next hour. Life's unpredictable. So all these things that are going on just now, it's scary. So it's about acknowledging your feelings and don't push it away. Just go, I'm scared. But yeah, how many percentage of the world is feeling scared just now? I would say about 90-95%. And for the ones that are not feeling frightened, I would wonder, I would love to know what their answer is, because we will all get fearful. I get fearful. Every single one of us does. But that's how we learn. That's how we learn to get stronger. So things like our normal routines. Yeah, my routine is slightly out. I normally go to work on it. Yesterday St. Patrick's Day, so change things. But I normally go to work on it Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. There's people I see that I'm not seeing at the moment. So there's that cut-off. But this is the thing. Like, thinking back, right, apparently the last massive thing was, I think, typhoid in the late 1940s, or Spanish flu before that, 1918. We didn't have this technology. So we're able to keep in touch with each other. We're able to send voice messages. We're able to do videos. So all of that is really important for us to be able to do. So it's making use of technology and, and doing it that way. So that's something else you can do. So practicing patience. Mindfulness, not again. But mindfulness could be something as simple as, I'll hold it up again, you can't see it, sitting and looking at this candle and just letting your thoughts and your feelings pass you by, and letting them and accepting them and not going, I feel fearful. Oh, yeah, it's okay to feel fearful. It's an emotion. Emotion means to move. So, like today when I got up and I felt yucky today when I got up, to be honest. I just thought, I need to get out and I need to go for a walk. So I did. So I went for quite a long, I would say, for a good hour's walk, and minding myself. Because walking is really important. Getting out of the house is so important. Finding that space for yourself, So it's about kind of, like, I suppose in some ways I'm lucky, me and my husband, and we get space from each other. We're good at doing that. But if you're living in a house with other people, it's about being conscious, taking time for yourself, maybe taking it in turns that, you divide up that, you taking turns doing timetable of that's your time in the living room, time as a family as well, but that's your time in the living room. So kind of divide things up, know what each other is doing. I think that is crucial. And getting outside, even if it's just onto a balcony, getting out, feeling that fresh air. Walking, we're allowed to get out there, we're allowed to walk in Ireland at this precise moment in time. It's different in other countries, but for now, we're able to get out as I speak on the 18th of March. We're able to get out, drive the car. We live in the most beautiful country. And look around you. Like, I suppose some of the advantages are that, yes, this is taking place just now, but can you imagine if it was October? The days are getting shorter. I know for me that has SADS, seasonal affective disorder. I'm much, much better. I've had it for a long time, but it's about taking that time to kind of acknowledge, looking at the flowers, looking at nature, listening to birds, watching the sea. If you can drive, bicycle. We're allowed to get out there, get out in fresh air, give a wave to people, just be friendly, say hello, how are you? I was doing that a bit today. Some people couldn't hear me, and some people were going, yeah, how are you? Yeah, I'm okay. Because that's our normal response. How are you? Oh, yeah, I'm grand. So yeah, so it's all about those. It really is about the small things. Gratitude. There's another one. Being thankful for everything that we have. The small things. The absolutely small things. So it could be at the moment that we're well, or that we can't see family or friends. We can talk. We can FaceTime. We can do videos. We can do all these things that keep us safe. And that's the most important thing, is about keeping ourselves safe, following the government recommendations. So that's what it's about. So I've got about 4 minutes left. So I'm just wondering, does anyone have any questions they want to ask? You can type on the side there. There's a bar that you can ask a question. So feel free to do that if you want to. And it's about just taking time for yourself, and acknowledging how you're feeling. Yeah, nurture charities and technology. The older generation may have to learn and be patient with ourselves, be kind to ourselves, learning, understanding. Absolutely, Irene, we do. But here's the thing, is that we have the phones, we have the technology, so we can be patient and we can talk each other through. There is so much, all I'm saying is people being supportive, so much good. There's a lovely program actually on tonight called Talk, Grow, Eat, and I thought, how fantastic, and I know that they are able to, sorry, my phone's ringing. I know that they're able to send out a package and you can grow vegetables regardless in containers or whatever. So imagine if we all got, if there was community effort to grow something, to watch things growing, because that we like to do that. So yeah, I'm just wondering, anything else, Irene, that you would like to talk about? But the most important thing is acknowledging your feelings. I think I mentioned IACP, the Irish Association of Counselling and Psychotherapy. We have fully accredited therapists on our database, and there is a lot of therapists out there that are offering counselling online, which is a really good way of keeping yourself safe. So the things about that would be that you're in a place that you're not disturbed. You can use your mobile phone. I know on the feature that I am using for my clients going forward, you're actually able to, you can switch off the camera. So if you're talking to someone for a little while, you can switch it off. There's Zoom. So there's a number of things that we can do to keep ourselves safe. But it's about communicating with each other. It's about staying safe. And then the uncertainty. But as I said, life changes all the time. The weather does not stay the same. It goes up, it goes down. So keep yourself safe, keep in touch. You can send me a private message. I'm on social media, not so much on Instagram, but I'm all over. I'm Twitter, Facebook, not Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I can't get access to it. So I'm on Twitter, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Google. So check me out, and if you need any support whatsoever, let me know. I'm Grania from Evolution Counselling. Stay safe, social distancing, and wash your hands. Bye, and thank you so much, everyone.